Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're viewing this. Super excited. I was able to see a lot of different and very creative ideas in the submissions last week when we're talking about restaurants. I especially like talking about the restaurant business last week and then operating the restaurant this week because restaurants are something that we can all gravitate towards because we've all at one point or another been out to eat. So even if you're not thinking about it as a career path, it is exciting to kind of think and see your dreams come to life on paper when you think about it. If you had a restaurant, how would you do it? I've often dreamed about that as well. And so one of the assignments that I have highlighted on the screen for you is the Build Your Own Restaurant 2. So last week, you built your own restaurant by thinking about the decor, the ambiance, the menu, the style of service. And this week, what you're going to do is take those menu items and prices that you had assigned in step 1. And this week we'll think about, okay, if this is our restaurant, how much does that cost? And is that a profitable menu item? So I have an example that I'll pull up on my screen that will be able to see. Oops. Here we go. So this is an example. I built a quick Excel spreadsheet for this particular one. This was a tuna roll. And so basically, if your concept included a tuna roll, you could simply Google the dish to know what the ingredients are. For me, I listed the ingredients all on the side. And then I went also on Google and I looked for how much it is for each unit. After you've Googled each of the items, it comes in different prices for different quantities. For this particular one, I made my spreadsheet say how much it was for how many I needed of each to then be able to get a price. So in the very end, the price for the 2 sushi rolls, because the recipe that I pulled up made 2. So for one, it was half of that. And the student that turned this in particular was selling it for $60. So in applying the operating ratios information that I have for this week, we take a simple cost divided by revenue or retail, and we found out that this dish is 23% food cost. Another one that I have here is spaghetti. I think this one, same idea where spaghetti and meatballs, actually, I should say. I got all the ingredients. I figured out how much it would be to actually make this dish. And then how much for one order of spaghetti and meatballs, it would cost me $10.11 in ingredients. And it was retailing for $18. So that's a food cost of 56%. Now that's quite high. And I would definitely recommend that we raise the price on that or look for some better economies. I think one of the big things here, as we think about analysis, is that veal was kind of expensive to add to the meatballs, right, at $43.56 per pound. And then finally, another example is pot stickers, and this one looks a little bit differently. I was playing around with whether I liked it to be on the top or on the side, but the same idea. You're going to gather your ingredients, you're going to figure out how much those ingredients cost and how much you needed of each of those ingredients to get a figure for how much that would be. In this particular one, an order of 6 pot stickers cost us $1.18 to make. We were only retailing them for $2.75. So again, it was a 42% food cost, which is a little bit high, I would say. And so I'm looking forward to you being able to pull up your assignment from last week in Build Your Own Restaurant 1. And highlight those dishes that you said and the prices, and then do a little bit of research as to how much that would cost so that we can really think as operators in a restaurant. I should also mention that when we're thinking about businesses and career paths in restaurants, certainly we're talking about owning our own restaurant, but there are so many other different jobs that can be done as well in a restaurant. Whether you're on the culinary side or looking to be a head chef of a restaurant, or in the front of house, thinking about hostess or server or support staff. or something along those lines. But I do hope that you enjoy this opportunity to dream a little bit and see how successful you are at building your own restaurant too. Thank you so much and have a great week ahead.